What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another brand new Major Ben Gaming video. I hope you guys have a fantastic day as always. Let's get into this video today. So we've got a few different things to talk about. One is very negative, which we'll get into first, and then we'll get onto some of the more positive PlayStation 5 Pro things in a second. So in this first thing, this is of course about the recent studio shuts from Sony, which is always a very sad thing to see and very sad to hear for the teams involved and people involved in general. So we're going to have a read through the internal email which has come out about obviously Firewalk Studios. So below is an internal email from Herman Holst, CEO, Sony Business Group, Sony Interactive Entertainment, distributed today to SIE employees. Dear team, today I wanted to share some important updates from the Sony Interactive Entertainment Studio Business Group. We consistently evaluate our games portfolio and status of our projects to ensure we are meeting near and long-term business priorities. As part of our ongoing efforts to strengthen SIE studio business, we have had to make a difficult decision relating to two of the four studios, Neon Koi and Firewalk Studios. So it's two studios actually being shut down. Neon Koi is a mobile studio, which I think is a bit of a mistake, to be honest. But anyway, I think both of these are a mistake for a lot of different reasons, but we'll get into that in a second. Expanding beyond PlayStation devices and crafting engaging online experiences alongside our single-player games are key focal areas for us as we evolve our revenue streams. We need to be strategic through though in bringing our games to new platforms and recognize when our games fall short of meeting player expectations. Sorry, I read that terribly. Basically, that is saying that they're kind of blaming the game failing also on not bringing it to other platforms, which I think is a little stupid because two things. Well, the only other platform really that's capable of running this game currently is the Xbox. The Switch would not run a shooter like this very well at all, and I don't think that's the target audience. The Xbox guys, I don't think would have bought this anyway. I seriously don't think Concord would have done any better if it had also come to the Xbox platform. The PC market for like 5 or 6-a-side shooters is the dominant market, and it failed there. It was a bad game. Like it just wasn't good. People have moved on from this style of shooter a while ago. I'm not saying they're not popular. Obviously Overwatch has still got a massive audience, but it's just not the thing people want so much right now. Anyway, while mobile remains a priority growth area for the studio business, we are in the very early stages of our mobile efforts. To achieve success in this area, we need to concentrate on titles that are in line with PlayStation Studios' pedigree and have the potential to reach more players globally. With this refocused approach, Neon Koi will close and its mobile action game will not be moving forward. I want to express my gratitude to everyone at Neon Koi for their hard work and endless passion to innovate. Okay, regarding so I guess this was talking about Neon Koi. So anyway, we're getting to Firewalk now, which is the main closure. I think it's sad that they're closing the mobile studio. I don't know what the action game was. If you know, let me know. But I don't know personally what that action game was, and I think mobile is a huge thing. Hence why Microsoft's very much going into that with their studios, and they've bought the Candy Crush developer, which is King, obviously. So I don't know. I think closing a mobile studio in a significantly increasing market constantly is not the best decision to make, in my opinion. But what do I know? I'm just a guy on YouTube. I'm not the CEO, so I'm assuming they know far more than I do, and I won't say otherwise. Regarding Firewalk, as announced in early September, an important update on Concord. Certain aspects of Concord were exceptional, but others did not land with enough players, and as a result, we took the game offline. We have spent considerable time these past few months exploring all our options. After much thought, we have determined the best path forward is to permanently sunset the game and close the studio. I want to thank all of Firewalk for their craftsmanship, creative spirit, and dedication. The PvP, and by the way, this means they are completely firing every single employee. This isn't like a subsidization or whatever, where you basically take a group of employees and put them at Naughty Dog and then you put some at various other studios like Insomniac or whatever the hell. This is purely they're getting rid of every single person and everybody is being laid off. They do not have jobs anymore. And I think that's incredibly sad, and I hope every single one of these guys land on their feet, because in my opinion, this is not the developers and the people working on this game's fault. This is a manager problem. This game was way out too late for this genre of stuff. This is a terrible time to launch a game like this, and also The game was actually very good in terms of optimization, the way it ran, graphically it was cool. It was a good game, just the wrong time, and people aren't interested in it. So just getting rid of all these developers when they could have easily been put onto a different project, something that had a lot more interest of what the community wants. And also the marketing for this game, man. You look at the first original trailer where we had the burger or whatever it was that was sliding over, and it looked graphically insane. I remember all the speculation around that. Oh, this is going to be like a contender to Starfield. There's going to be a really cool space game. No, it was a flippin'... And you had all that hype around it. People are like, oh, I can't wait to see more about Concord. And we get that new trailer, a new gameplay, and it's a flippin' five-a-side shooter or whatever the hell. What a shame. What a shame. It's such a waste, and a waste of talent, and it pisses me off, quite frankly. But anyway, the PvP first-person shooter genre is a competitive space that's continuously evolving, and unfortunately we did not hit our targets with this title. We will take the lesson learned from Concord and continue to advance our live service capabilities to deliver future growth in this area by getting rid of every employee, right? I know none of this is easy news to hear, particularly with colleagues and friends departing SIE. Both decisions were given serious thought, and ultimately we feel they are the right ones to strengthen the organization. Neon Koi and Firewalk, I say it wrong every time, I think of Firewatch, the game, that's why. Firewalk were home to many talented individuals. Yeah, that's why you're getting rid of them all, right? And we will work to find placement for some of those impacted within our global communities of studios where possible, which I've heard online very different, that everybody's just laid off. I am a very big believer in the benefits of embracing creative experimentation and developing a new IP. However, growing through sustainable financials, especially in a challenging economic environment, is critical. Okay, while today is a difficult day, there is much to look forward to in the months ahead from the studio business group and our teams. I remain confident that we are building a resilient and capable organization driven by creating unforgettable entertainment experiences for our players. Thank you for your continued support. So I hope this part is true. I hope they do find homes for many of these. From what I've seen online and people saying, it's not true at all, and they're basically getting rid of everybody, but I hope they do find as many people as possible, places to go, because there are clearly some very talented devs in here. The game was incredibly well optimized. It ran very well on the PlayStation 5, and it's just disappointing to see. But anyway, let's get into some more positive news. I've given my views on that. I'm not happy about it. As much people say, oh, you're a PlayStation fan. I will never defend PlayStation. I'm not a PlayStation fanboy. I would never defend behavior such as this, where you're just getting rid of people that are talented, and they've even said so in their own email. It's a real shame, and I would never defend something that's just plain wrong, and I'm always honest on the channel. So the good news, let's get into some good news for PS5 Pro. Lords of the Fallen is getting a patch, which is really, really good. We're getting I think a day one patch. Let's have a little read to what this includes. So here's yet another game to throw into the PS5 Pro pile. Lords of the Fallen, that is last year's action RPG from CI Games and Hexwork, is being treated to some PS5 Pro enhancements officially announced in a new press release. Players with a new console will be able to enjoy the game with 40% higher pixel densities, resulting in sharper image and finer details. Additionally, you'll be able to choose from a performance mode 4K resolution, upscaled from 1440p at 60 frames per second, and quality mode will be native 4K at 30 frames. So that's good. Sorry, I'm getting sick because of Sony's terrible decision making over their studios. So excuse me. It sounds like whichever option you're choosing, you look forward to a much better image quality than it's possible before. So anyway, this is great news. I've heard there's some image quality benefits as well. I'm actually excited to try this one. This is one I have not yet dived into. It's a Souls-like game, very different to many of the others. Got very two different worlds, a lighter world and a darker world, and it kind of, you jump between those worlds at a lot of different times. And I know there was a lot of problems with this game at launch. Personally, I've not heard the best things around this game from people who have played it. I had someone on my video yesterday, I believe it was, comment saying actually this game is great. Don't know who you've heard from, but if you look at the general reviews, they're not particularly the most positive, especially at launch, because there was a lot of performance problems. So hopefully this is going to really bring that quality of the game. I'll definitely have to check it out, and fingers crossed we hear something pretty soon about this. Next bit of news on PlayStation 5 Pro is Baldur's Gate 3 is also joining the PlayStation 5 Pro games patch list. So this is a nice one and a nice upgrade for people who love this game. This is one I'm definitely meaning to dive into. It's a huge game, so I need a really big time slot where I can dive into that. But this one is interesting. I'm hoping this one, because I think it's 30 frames on the base PS5, hoping it's going to be upgraded to 60, but it's, I don't know, it's not the most crucial thing for a game like this, in my opinion, personally. It'd be nice to have it at 60 though, and I would like to play it at 60, but if not, I look forward to playing on the Pro with all the cool visual features I'm sure they would bring to this, but there's nothing specific in terms of what they're going to be doing. But that is it for this video today. I don't think the PlayStation Plus games for November have been announced just yet for this month. I'm just having a look to see. I think it's probably out too late, and I'm not going to hear it by the time I do this video. Yeah, it comes out at like 3:30, so I need to get this video recorded because I've got stuff to do later. But hopefully those are happy. Hopefully there's a good story and that people are happy with them. I'm desperately hoping there's some really decent titles for PlayStation 5 Pro in here, because that would be great. Like Lords of the Fallen would be a really nice one to see put in this, because that's one I would like to play but don't necessarily want to pay full price for. So having that in PlayStation Plus would be cool, but anything, to be honest, that is patched for Pro would be a really good decision from Sony to put into the monthly games this month. So let me know what you think about all this. What do you think about the studio closures? What do you think about the PlayStation 5 Pro stuff? Let me know how you feel about everything down in the comments below. Just want to say I am streaming a bit more, so please do come check those out. I stream most days, really. Not necessarily much next week before the Pro, but after the Pro comes out, I'm going to be streaming lots of different stuff. So please come and join and say hi. That's it for this video. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in future content. Bye-bye for now.